Yo. What is going on? What is going on? Who is here? Type of one in the live stream chat. If y'all can hear me loud and clear. Who's here? Type of one. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. But let me know if you can hear me loud and clear though. We good? We good? Type of one in the chat. Who's here, man? Type of one. How's the audio? Is the audio good? Is it clean? Is it crisp? Is it concise? Please let me know. Let me know who's here, man. Type of one. Type of one in the live stream chat. Yeah, good. Andrew FBA in the cut. What's up, bro? Who else is here? Big Racks in the building. What's up, bro? Who else is here? we got a special live stream today, man. We have a special live stream today. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Everyone's coming in. Ghost Mangle. What's up, bro? What is up? Yep. Shout out to Ghost Mangle. He says here, what up, IP? Ready for the Python class. We hungry 2026. That's right, bro. That's right, brothers. Make sure you join the Python class, the course. Sign-ups are open for January 2026. Go on the Patreon and look for the January Ultimate Python course tier. All right, let's go. So we get everyone in, as much people as it is. We have a very special stream today, okay? But let's get as much people in. $21 people here. Okay, awesome. Type of one in the live stream chat. Are you with me? Type of one. Who's here? Becoming Tyrion in the cut. What's up, bro? Hope you're well. All right, so now let's start reacting to some interesting topic from this week. All right, so I'm going to share my screen, right? Okay, and brothers, please like the video, show some support the channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. Let me just share my screen. All right, give me a second. We have a very interesting stream today. We're going to touch upon different topics in today's stream: dating, countries, women, etc. And of course, we're going to crash out on Rumble after. All right, so let me now just get my screen up. Give me a second. Share screen. Pardon me. Sorry. Video file. And okay, so the first one I want to react to, right? So I want to react to a clip, right, by this brother, and it's regards to accusations he's receiving about him paying for Brazilian woman. All right, let's hear what he says. Let's break it down.
And I've seen some of the comments and guys saying that I pay for women to be around me.
Pay for women to be around him. That's interesting, bro. Let's say, so he's in Brazil, right? And I believe his name is called, I think it's Banks something, okay? He's in Brazil, and let's hear what he says.
Which is absolutely crazy. And I can tell that a lot of y'all have never had a woman that's genuinely attracted to you.
Damn, let me pause it there. He's speaking facts. He's speaking facts. And I feel like in the West, right, in America and the UK, in certain Western countries, a lot of dudes have not even had a girlfriend, bruv. A lot of dudes, right, haven't had a woman who has genuine interest in him, in you, that actually likes you for you. So when you're seeing these dudes abroad with women, right, you're not used to it. you're thinking, is he paying for it? Is he paying for box? Is he paying for her to be in his content? But in many cases, right, that's not the case. You have grown up in a culture where feminism is rampant. Women in your circle, right, are chasing after the top 1% of dudes. So if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. All right? Let's kind of
I mean, that's literally all those comments are saying, that you've never had a woman that is actually attracted and wants to spend time with you. Because you got to realize that I'm literally the man that they want to be around. And I've worked myself up and I've leveled up and got to a place in life that I'm literally the prize out.
That's it, bro. That's it. He gets it. He gets it. Right? Now he's in Brazil, right? I'm assuming that in the West he had problems dating in America. Okay? Now he leveled up. I notice how when I say while you're in the West, right, you want to prioritize leveling up. That's how we do our tech courses, our Python courses, Theo's cloud courses. You want to be leveling up in the West. So when you go abroad, you can get a woman that likes you for you. Dating in the West is absolutely cooked. It's finished. Finito. And it's never going back to where it was in the past. Okay? So now when you see woman with a guy like this, you're not used to it because you are a person not used, right, in the West to putting women at all. So any guy you see that has success with women, right, a lot of guys feel like, oh, is he paying for it? No, he's not, bro. He leveled up. He went to a country where Black American men are loved, aka Brazil, and now women actually genuinely like him for him.
Out here and wherever I go in the world, because I've got to that level in my life. So that's why I always say self-improvement, work on your body, work on your game, work on your looks as much as you can.
Facts, absolute facts. Self-improvement is what you have to do while you're still in the West. Okay, you want to self-improve in your looks, your dressing, how you smell, your teeth, the job you have, your career, tech, certs, courses, right? Self-improve while you're in the West, right? But it's also important to not self-improve to a point where you can't get out that self-improvement doom. So what does that mean? Like there comes to a point where you self-improve to up to a point. You can't keep self-improving forever. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You cannot keep self-improving forever, right? Eventually, you gotta get out there, travel, right, and get woman. Brothers, right? You don't want to be 60 years old, self-improving for the last 30 years. Or, oh, I'm the self-improving, bro. What do you mean, brother? Bro, you were self-improving 20 years ago, bro. Or 25 years ago, right? Don't get caught in that self-improvement, never-ending cycle. There comes to a point, you self-improve to a certain point, okay? And then you go out there and start speaking to chicks. This guy gets it. He self-improved in America. Now he's in Brazil and it's paying off, bro. It's paying off. You cannot self-improve your whole life. Life is a constant work where you have to obviously keep maintaining how you look, your courses, your skill set, right? But it doesn't mean, right, you lock out everything else in your life. You still have to travel, speak to women, get wifey, have kids, right? So what I'm saying here, what I'm saying here is that a lot of guys are basically telling me that they want to self-improve forever. What do you mean? Go out there and get woman, bro.
And just be that guy that they want to spend time around.
Facts.
And wherever you go, you'll be the prize. So
facts. When we go abroad, we are the prize. I've been Japan. I've been Panama, right? I've been Vancouver, right? I've been Tenerife, Spain. I've been Ibiza, Spain. I was the prize in these countries, bro. They saw me walk through. They saw a clean cut brother, an IT bro, a tech bro. I was dressing well, wore nice shoes. I smelled good. I got my favorite flipping perfume in the background right now in my apartment, right? They know they're dealing with a high value dude, bro. Because I've been self-improving in the West. Now, the thing about me is that when I self-improve, right, I'm not in that self-improvement never-ending loophole. I travel, right, and I see the results I get abroad. And this guy gets it, right? He gets it. I think he's called Don Banks, right? He gets it, bro. You have to self-improve, right, to a certain point and go out there and get it, and you will see results, right? While you're in the West, while you're still in the Matrix, right? Right now it's winter. It's cold. You should be locked in your apartment studying. How many of y'all are doing that? So when it comes springtime, I'm gonna be traveling, bro. Summertime, I'm gonna be traveling. I've got some big moves to do this year, brother. Because I've been self-improving and executing.
You know what I mean? When I see comments like that say I'm paying for their time, whatever, I just laugh. Because it's not the case. I've never had to pay a woman to be around me. They literally all want to be around me. They go out of their way to schedule with me.
There you go. He gets it, bro. Facts. When you're that dude, right? When you're that guy and, you know, you have self-improved to a certain point, women want to be around you, man. In fact, in many cases, right, they'll hit you up first. They will hit you up first. A lot of dudes, right, I don't blame them, okay? Ever since social media took over, ever since IG was popping, ever since, you know, Snapchat took off, right, a lot of women changed, right? And a lot of women started going for the top 1% of dudes, right? So what can you do? You want to filter out all the BS, lock in, self-improve, go abroad, right? And I guarantee you don't need to pay for it. You don't need to pay for anything, bro. In fact, women will pay your food for you, bro. They'll pay for the dates. You're that dude. A Black American man in Vancouver, a Black American man in Brazil is king. A Black American man in Colombia is also king too. I'm just keeping it real, right? So please don't pay for it, and please don't say that, oh, he's paying for it, or if you see a certain dude doing what women, oh, he's paying for it. No, bro, that ain't the case. Self-improve, bruv. Self-improve. Self-improve to a point where you're ready. But once again, I keep saying you can't be self-improving forever, right? Eventually, you got to go out there and get it. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it real here, okay? So shout out to the brother Don Banks, right, for calling out the BS that a lot of y'all are on. He ain't paying for it, bro. And when you're that dude, women want to be around you. They want to be around you. Please bear that in mind. So get your passports, get into IT, get into tech, join my Python course on Patreon, right? While it's winter, self-improve, okay? So these are my thoughts on this topic over here. Now, next one to react to, okay? I'm going to bring up a clip over here. Give me a sec. I'm going to bring up a clip over here where, you know, I'm going to show you, right, what you can get when you go abroad. So I'm going to show you, right, a very beautiful Blasian that you'll never find in America, never in Australia, never in Canada. But when you get your passport, when you're self-improved, you can find a woman like this. Let's go.
Excuse me, do you speak English? Yes.
Look at that, bro. Oh, man. What you see right here is a half black, half Japanese chick. I'm going to keep it real right now. That is one of the most beautiful Blasian looking women I have ever seen. You see why I go crazy over these Blasian women. Look at that face. She isn't fat. She isn't overweight. She's got a nice figure, nice hair. When you're a passport, bro, when you self-improve to a good point, got your IT certs, whatever, you're in tech, remote job, you go to Japan, you find a woman like this, bro. How many women do you see with this face and that figure in America, a country with overweight women everywhere? I'm keeping it real.
Photographer, I just saw you custom. Can I take a photo of you? Is it okay? Where are you from?
I'm from here, but I live in London.
Oh, what? She in the UK? She in the UK, bro? Okay. Yo, where's your address, lady? Where'd you live? What's your house number? What's your car? What's your car plate number to? I'm gonna find you. You're in the UK, okay? I'm gonna find you. I'm taking some notes over here. What? So you're from Japan? We live in the UK. Don't what the
You from?
I'm from here, but I live in London.
Oh, really? 日本語大丈夫ですか？
大丈夫です。これ何のために？
仕事見せてもいいですか？
はい。あ、すごい。
こういう風に。
すごい。お願いします。
いいですか？
Bruv, oh man, you see, and the way she's feminine, soft, sweet, also has a great personality, right? Beautiful hair, great smile. This is why we're passport bros, right? This is why we are passport bros. Lord, let's carry on watching.
名前何ですか？アイズ？
Eyes. Her name is Eyes? Okay, that's an interesting name.
アイズ？アノニマスっていう。すごいいい髪の毛です。
You see, the legs, the figure, nothing's overweight. Everything's in proportion. You can tell this right here is a woman that looks after herself to a great degree.
ありがとうございます。
Damn.
モデルですか？
はい。
すぐわかりました。
She a model too? She a model too? I can see why she a model. Look at her. Oh my goodness. Bro. Damn.
ロンドンだと危ないんじゃない？
あ、ロンドンはダメだ。Oh, I love it. Very nice. I love it. こうやって見る。
I love the accent too. And the thing is, right, about these Asian women is that they have an accent where they know English, right? But obviously they were born in Japan or born in Asia. And that accent with them talking English is just very feminine and soft. I love it. I really love it, bruv.
いいですか？インスタグラムとかやってますか？タグします。
お願いします。
Damn. Look at that smile. Oh, my. Yo, she's a dime. Half black, half Japanese. Do you see why throughout the years on this channel, I've always held Blasian women in high degree. In fact, in my opinion, Blasian women are probably like top 5 women in the entire world, bro. They're like emeralds. They're like diamonds. They're like diamonds, bro. They're like rare Pokemons, man. And guess what? If they're rare Pokemons, bro, I gotta catch more, man. And that's word to Ash, bro. Once again, if these women are classified as rare Pokemons, I got my Pokemon board right now in my pocket. I'm gonna catch more like Ash in Pokemon the anime, bro. I'm gonna keep it real, man. This is why I'm a passport bro. This is why I do what I do, man. And this year it's gonna be my year, bruv. It's gonna be my year, bruv. And I mean that, bruv. It's gonna be our year, brothers. I'm gonna keep it real. Damn. Oh.
Oh, you're famous. 最近何のモデル？
Facts. This is what you call a proper woman, bro. No Keisha attitude, no ghetto BS, right? You know, no attitude, right? No Sharkeisha stuff, bro. This is a real feminine woman, man. Bruv.
しました？
まあミュウミュウとコラボ。
おー、すごい。友達？
そうです。
はい。2026年はどうしたいですか？
まあもっと大人になりたいですね。もっと
でも今でも結構大人っぽいけど。
ありがとうございます
おいくつですか
？26です。
あ、そうなんだ。ありがとうございます。ナイスミーチ。ナイスミーチメン。
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. 26, right? Out there, right? In Tokyo, in Japan. Come on, I'm gonna be with you, right? She probably ain't getting any love because Japan, right, is very Japanese. Japanese, ethnic, pure-blooded Japanese women are number 1 in Japan. Listen, I've been to Japan, 3 or 4 times now? Okay? I've been there, right? When I was there, Japanese women, pure-blood Japanese women are number 1 in Japan. The number 1 in Japan. So any woman that isn't Japanese, right, they ain't getting love like that. I'm keeping it real. They're not getting love like that. And I can see why. When you're around a pure blood Japanese woman, It'll make you go crazy, right? White women ain't getting love in Japan like that. Sisters ain't getting love in Japan like that. Latina women, they ain't getting love. It's the Japanese woman, right? The very feminine, ultra feminine chicks that are number one in Japan. So what does that mean? It means that women that are not Japanese, they're lonely. They ain't getting no love. They're by themselves. And guess what? That's where I come in. That's where we come in. That's where I come in and say, hey, sweetheart. Hey, sweetheart, where you from? Right? They just want a guy to talk to them, bro. I've been there. I've seen it, bro. I've been in coffee shops in Japan, right? I've seen lonely women that were not Japanese, whether they were born in Japan or not born in Japan, and no guy coming up to them, bro. But the Japanese women who are pure-blooded, they got boyfriends or husbands. That's how Japan is, man. So guess what? I'm gonna roll through and get me a Blasian like that, bruv. Right? I'm gonna roll through and get me a Blasian like that. I'm gonna save these Blasian women, man, because they ain't getting love. They're not getting love. So I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna save them, man. And that's why I'm a passport, bro, because it gives me the opportunity to meet women like this. I can never meet her in the UK. She hiding, bro. She in a cave, or the rich dudes, right? The billionaires, hedge fund dudes, the finance dudes, the footballers, they're all after her, bro. I'm keeping her a buck. But in Japan, a woman like this is actually average. Yes. In Japan, right? A woman like this, okay, is average. Look at that face. She's average. Because she's not the norm in Japan. She's half black, half Japanese. That's not the norm in Japan. So that's where I come in and I save the day. A brother like me, IT bro, tech bro, intellectual bro, clean cut looking bro. Yes, you get your passport. This right here is waiting for you, man. Whoa. Oh. Whoa. Damn. Woo. Okay. All right. Next one to react to. All right. So I'm gonna bring up this clip over here, right? Real quick. Okay. I'm gonna bring it up, right? So I want to show you this clip over here of Pakistani woman. Okay.
And I knew your community.
So apparently in the UK, right, and it's also spreading around the world, we're seeing South Asian women, specifically Pakistani women, choosing brothers over their own men. When did that ever happen? Pakistani women now on the team? Let's check it out, bruv.
South Asian women had a problem, and I knew your community had a problem with your women sleeping out.
What? Grown men have been gathering on TikTok Live discussing why Asian women love black men.
What? So you have grown men crashing out on TikTok Live, wondering why are South Asian women, right, particularly Pakistani women, showing a lot of love to brothers? What? How did that become a thing? When did Pakistani women start showing love to brothers? Let's check it out.
We don't have jobs. Are we all unemployed? And this happens all the time.
Oh, wow. So in the background, right, you can see, right, I think that's the Bangladeshi flag. You got the South Asian chick on the right with her brother on the left. And she looks decent, bro. She looks decent. Whoa. When did this happen? When did South Asian women of Pakistani descent, right, start showing love to brothers? And why are people crashing out over that, bruv? If a Pakistani woman wants a brother, what's wrong with that? Let's carry on watching.
I didn't know this was such a big thing. What the heck? Grown men discussing why Asian women like black men. Let me tell you why they like them. Because they're not gossiping about women online.
That's facts, man. He gets it. Shout out to his brother. Because guess what, right? Listen, I'll be real with y'all, right? when sisters date white dudes or Asian dudes or Latino dudes, right? The average brother doesn't care. The average dude, right, doesn't care. They don't. I'm just keeping it real, right? When sisters date, right, other men, right, that are not brothers, right, we don't care because we're confident. We're confident, right? We don't really care. However, if let's say Asian chick dates a brother, white chick dates a brother, right, or whatever race of woman dates a brother, the race of men of those women, they crash out, bro. Why? Because it's insecurity, man. It's insecurity. Let's carry on watching.
I heard some brothers saying that interracial marriages are haram. Your hairline's haram. Never in my life have I seen men gossip more than in the Muslim community. I'll be so... I don't even make Muslim content anymore, but I had to talk about this because this is absolutely crazy.
So you can see right in the background, right?
What? Grown men have been gathering...
Brothers are now pulling South Asian women. South Asian women are now leaving their men for brothers. That's wild. That's something I never thought that would be on the bingo card in 2026. I never thought that would ever be on the bingo card in 2026. That's crazy, right? You know? So that means like the options for brothers are now expanding. Now, for me personally, I'm not into South Asian women. Y'all know that, right? I don't date Indian women, whatever. I'm just not into South Asian women, okay? But if you're a brother and that's your interest, right? I hope this video gives you hope. I hope this clip now gives you hope, right? Because guess what? There are brothers that want an Indian chick, or they want a Pakistani chick, or they want a Bangladeshi chick, and that's okay, bro. That's on you. But it ain't my cup of tea, bro. It's not. Right? Damn. You know? So now what's the option for passport bros to go to Pakistan to get a woman? I wouldn't advise that at all. I would not advise going to Pakistan to get a woman there at all. Okay? It's just not, it's not the move. So here's what you got to do, all right? You got to find countries where Pakistani women live in, okay? And these women are mostly Muslim. Some of them are quite traditional, okay? So when we go from leaving the West, right? I think Vancouver, has a Pakistan population, particularly Iranian. Now, do you want to classify Iranian people as South Asian? Some do. They're checking for brothers, bro. Yes, in Vancouver, Iranian women are showing a lot of love to brothers. And you can say that they are South Asian, bro. Or Persian, whatever you want to call it. Okay? So there is the world is an oyster, man. Like Nas said, right? The world is yours. Whose world is this? It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Damn. And apparently you can also find Pakistani women in Indonesia. So do you want a Pakistani chick? Brothers, for 2026? Do you want a Pakistani chick? So there's one in the background over here. There's another one here that she also looks cute. She's from Bangladesh, right? Do what you gotta do, bro. Right? Some brothers prefer white women. Some of them prefer East Asian women. Some of them prefer sisters, black women. Some brothers may prefer South Asian women. And guess what? On this channel, I have spoken to brothers who have told me they want a South Asian chick. But me personally, right? They're not for me. They are not for me. Okay? So y'all do what you want to do. Okay? However, I'm gonna be real here, right? It's funny how dudes are having TikTok lives discussing South Asian women dating brothers. I guarantee you, right? These guys aren't crashing out over South Asian women dating white dudes. Because in the UK, there's hella Indian women chasing after white men. Hella. Right? In the UK. In the UK, there's a lot of South Asian women with white dudes, but I don't see South Asian dudes crashing out over that. But when it's a brother, it's a problem. Why is it that a lot of people have problems with women of all races being with black men? What did we as black men do, bro? What did we do? What did we do? Like, it's crazy, man. Let brothers live, man. Let us live. If your woman want us, let it happen, man. Don't crash out. Do better, or get your own woman, man. Because the average brother doesn't care who sisters date. We have better things to do than crash out over who sisters date, bruv. I don't really care. Right? I don't really care. So that's my thoughts on this topic. Okay. All right. So next one to react to. Okay, let's go. All right. So let's now react to this clip over here. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh no. Uh-oh. So we have a sister, right, with a bullnose earring. Oh, here we go. Okay. Bullnose earring, red flags alarm, red alarm, discussing dating in Thailand. Okay. Let's see. Let's hear. Let's go.
Dating in Thailand is so hard. Literally do
How is it hard, bro? How is it hard? How is dating in Thailand hard? Let's hear it.
not come here and date if you're like a woman, specifically a black.
So she's saying, right, if you're a woman, don't go to Thailand to date. If you are a woman, don't go Thailand to date. I wonder why.
Black women. Like, if you're a man and you come to Thailand, you want to get you a little boo thing, they want you, girl. They want you if you a man.
Yep, of course. Of course. Like, passport sis, right, has to understand that y'all can never be passport bros. Y'all can never be passport bros. I'm keeping it real. Okay? This passport bro movement is only empowered because women all around the world want a Western dude. That's just me keeping it real. Have you ever heard a Brazilian guy tell you to your face, hey IP, I want an English girlfriend. Hey IP, I want an American girlfriend. Hey IP, I want to have an Australian wife. Have you ever heard a Japanese guy say that? Have you ever heard a Canadian? Have you ever heard like a Filipino guy say that? No. Men, foreign men, do not want Western women. They have fun with you, right? But they ain't putting a ring on that finger. They ain't taking you seriously because they've seen, right, how Western women move. Passport sis can't do what we do. Notice how passport sis, right, they're not getting married to these foreign dudes, right? But you do see passport bros all around the world marrying to Filipino women, Brazilian women, right? Marrying Japanese women, marrying Kenyan women. Passport sis, y'all can't do what we do, man.
But you know what they really want? They want that money. That money.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No. Foreign women love us for us. When you're a clean-cut dude, I'll be real, right? All women want money, right? It's just a natural thing, right? But there's a difference between a woman being with you for money, right? And a woman who likes money but loves you for you. And for the most part, right? Most passport bros are with women who are foreign that like money but also love you for you.
Want that money, or they want the But if you're a woman and you come to Thailand, oh gosh, they want a shaboing moing. That's it. That's it.
You see, I told you, it's just to have fun. That's it. They're not taking Western women seriously. I mean, why would they? A lot of these dudes, right? They don't want an independent, high-flying, six-figure earning finance chick from New York. That sounds so funny, man. They don't. Once again, foreign dudes do not want a high-flying, six-figure earning, boss babe, independent chick who works in New York, LA, Chicago. They don't. They don't, bro. They don't.
So they do not want a relationship. You gotta remember, right? You are not the beauty standard. You gotta look like this if you want to be the beauty standard. Yes, 2 fingers. We are not the beauty standard, queen, especially if you're from the United States. Maybe if you're...
Facts. Again, you see? Absolute facts. Absolute facts. Absolute facts. Right? The beauty standard, right? In Thailand, okay? In in flipping in Japan, right? Is their own woman. They are the beauty standards. They are the beauty standards, not Western chicks. A lot of West women, right, have been gassed up by living in the West. Okay, you live in the West, right? And now you're, what's it called? A lot of dudes simp over you, blah blah blah, because the West is very genocentric. Thailand it's not genocentric. It's traditional. Why would they pick Yao over a cute, slim, thick, peanut butter brown skin Thai chick from Pattaya? Be real with yourselves.
But dating in Thailand, girl, don't do it. And you know, the amount of men that stare at me, I'm like, is it just because I'm not talking to them? No, I don't know. They just want to show boing boing. They don't really want a relationship.
There you go. Right? But foreign women definitely want relationships with Western men. And you can see it all over social media. You can see foreign women showing off the Western boyfriends or Western husbands. You can see all over social media foreign women showing off their Western boyfriends and husbands. I mean, what's really good? Reality check, sister. Reality check, sister. Reality check. Reality check. Now she's all humbled now. Like, passport sis, y'all can't do what we do. Y'all can't do what we do. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it 100. Okay? So pack your bags, get back to America, and date Tyrone, date Pookie, date Ray Ray. That's more your speed. Okay? That is more your speed. Okay? Like, I don't know who's told these chicks, to travel, go and do what passport bros do. Y'all ain't us. Y'all will never be us. Never ever be us. Okay? Right? And you can see, right, the quality of foreign woman compared to a woman who is Western is so far different. It's so far different. Right? Looks wise, Thai women blow American women out the water. Do you think the average Thai guy wants a BBL, big booty, fake lips, right? Oversized hips with implants? No, he wants a natural chick, right? And that's all over Thailand. 2026 is gonna humble these Western chicks, man. I guarantee you, 2026 is going to humble these Western chicks. I wish her all the best in Thailand. Okay, I hope she gets her Thai dude. If not, she can pack her bags, head to America. She will definitely find her American equivalent. Okay, America is the best country in the world for Western women. UK women will do well in America. right? Canadian women would do well in America. Australian chicks would do well in America. So why don't Western women, right, just stay in the West? Please, just stay in the West. Just travel amongst Western countries and leave these foreign countries alone. Thank you very much. Awesome. All right, so let's react to the next one. Okay. So I want to react to this one over here, right? This is the funny one.
Story about why.
Wow. So we have a brother, right, that is saying that he will no longer date outside his race. Whoa, what's going on there? Let's check it out.
I gotta tell y'all the story about why I stopped, like, not dating as far as boyfriend and girlfriend, but like dating just experiences with people outside of my race, right?
Okay. Break it down for us, bro.
The first time I was messing with this Vietnamese joint, right?
Oh, so this brother, right, messing with a Vietnamese woman. And if you know on this channel, Vietnamese women, right, they are very highly regarded in the passport bro space. Yes, I would say they are top 5 Asian women. Okay, so we have a brother who was dealing with a Vietnamese chick, right, brother? So what happened with her, brother? Let's check it out.
Beautiful, smart, and I love culture, right? So getting introduced to another culture is always dope to me, and especially if I'm talking to somebody that's not black, I try to like introduce them to stuff, whether that be movies, whatever.
Okay.
We probably messing around at this point for probably like a month or two, and we sit on our couch watching Judas and the Black Messiah of all.
Oh, okay. Pro-black film, Judas and the Black Messiah. I think that's a Fred Hampton film or documentary. R.I.P. Fred Hampton. Let's carry on watching.
All things, right? And if you know that movie, you know that movie. And we start talking about black culture.
Okay.
Pretty much we are where we are. Now I was providing her a little bit of perspective because, you know, some of it was coming off as ignorant, like she just didn't know no better. And at some point in a conversation, I was like, oh yeah, that's why I would never date outside of my race.
Oh, come on, bro, man. Brother, are you being serious right now? Are you being serious right now, bro? You are in your apartment with a beautiful, young Vietnamese woman. And then you say to her, that's why I will never date outside my race. Brother, so why are you with her in the first place? Why waste her time? I mean, come on, dude, man. She's probably feeling you, right? She wants to be with you. She wants to be around you. And you just say, brother, her world is probably shattered right now, bro. What the hell? Some of you brothers, right, need to clarify, what do you want out of dating? Right? That's like me, right, dating a Blasian woman. She's in my apartment. And I say, oh, like I like hanging out with you, but I wouldn't date you because you're not fully black. You're half Japanese, half black. She's gonna be like, what? So why invite me to your apartment? Why invite me to your apartment? Bro, come on, man.
And she was like, what do you mean? I'm like, I would never get into a relationship with a woman that wasn't black. Now, me and this girl been cool.
Brother. Like, come on, man. Really?
Cooped up playing house for 2 months at this point, and she is astonished. She's like, wait, what do you mean? And I...
What the... Come on, brother, right? Bro, like, how you just gonna drop that, right? And you spent 2 months with her. Bro, if you don't want to, date, a woman that's not black, just be with a black chick, bro. Don't waste anyone's time. Don't waste anyone's time, bruv. Come on, bro. Damn.
I had to explain to her, like, it's cool to kick it and get to know you, but like investing in you, like sexually, physically, emotionally, like, and giving like my seed to you, I wouldn't do that to my community.
Then why even in the first place, brother? Brother, listen, right? Even like hanging around with women, even though you're not dating, right? And you're hanging around with her, right? Okay. What is the point? What is the absolute point in being around that person? What's the point? if it's not going to be serious, right, what's the absolute point in being around that person? Some of you dudes, right? I don't know what y'all are on, man. I really don't. And that goes for that also goes for women as well, man. If she wastes your time being with you as a brother, but she doesn't really want you because you're black. Now, what's the flipping point, bro?
And like that shit lasted for about another 2 weeks because she understood what I was saying, but she was just like, that don't make no fucking sense. Then the second time it was a white shorty, and there was two
Oh wow, it's not funny. Let's go.
experiences. This was years ago, but we had went out on a little date. It was just going to the park, and the looks I got from my black women, oh my God. These was black women that I know I'm not even a type, and they was just looking at me disgusted, like, you're here with this Jezebel. And she ended up liking me too, and I told her, I'm like, yo, I don't date, like I would never get into a relationship with a woman that's not black.
Then why are you hanging out with her, bro? Why are you hanging around with her if she's not a sister? This is some goofy nonsense, man.
And like, I could tell how hurt these women were, and like how it kind of changed. Oh, someone was got hit by a car, and how it kind of changed, like how they viewed themselves, but just like they viewed our relationship and my care for them. And then I was like, I can't keep being a hypocrite and like, you know, dipping my toe in the pool, but like not. You feel me? That's why I don't date outside my race anymore.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Like, don't waste people's time, man. Don't waste women's time, man. And that goes to women shouldn't waste a man's time as well, right? If you know your preferences, if you know who you're truly attracted to, then go after that woman. Just keeping it real, right? Like this guy, he's half in, half out. He wants to have a rice bunny or soul bunny, but he doesn't really want it at the same time. Okay, what is the point, bro? What is the actual point, right, in wasting women's time like that? When you're a passport, bro, I ask you, right, don't do what his brother is doing. Don't be in Japan, right? Hang out with a Japanese chick and say, hey, I really like you, but you're not black. She's gonna be like, what? Don't go to Poland and say, hey, I really like you, but you're not black. If you want a black chick, right, go to Africa, go South America, go Caribbean. Right? So me personally, right, you know that I prefer black women, Blasians, and Japanese. So I'm only gonna deal with those women. I'm not gonna go on dates with an Iranian chick, right, or a Pakistani chick, right, and then tell them, hey, I like our time so far, but I'm into black women. That's crazy. That's crazy, right? Imagine a woman doing that to you. She's hanging around with you. You go dinner together, and she tells you, I like our time together, right? But you're black, and she prefers a dude that's white or whatever. Come on, man. Come on, man. 2026, brothers. We are not getting our times wasted, and we are not going to waste women's time as well. Okay? This is a year of efficiency. Don't be indecisive like this brother. Know what you want and go after it. You're a man. Men have to be decisive. What do you want from women in this life in 2026? What do you want from women in this life in 2026? Once you've established that, okay, go after it. Once you have established that, go after it. Okay? Awesome. All right, so next clip to react to. Let me share my screen over here. In fact, the world is yours, man. That's where to, that's where to Nas. All right, so let's react to this clip over here. Okay, let's go.
and apologize for his.
So something funny happened this week, right? Okay. A brother called Damson Idris, okay, an actor, right? He wore a short that said "Porg," and people on social media were crashing out. You can see that, right? Porgs on the screen. Let's watch it, man.
Damson Idris has refused to speak out and apologize for his controversial PAWGs shirt. Damson.
So what does PAWGS? Fat ASS white girl. Okay, this is a dark-skinned brother who apparently is dating someone called Laurie Harvey. And he's rocking a shirt called PAWGs, and people were crashing out. BWs were crashing out. Pro-black people were crashing out. Let's carry on watching.
Was recently seen relaxing outdoors wearing a shirt that quickly drew attention. At first, it looked like a casual outfit choice, but people online zoomed in on the wording and started raising concerns. They pointed out the phrase on the shirt has a very specific meaning. People have said it's wrong to wear a shirt that broadcasts dating preferences.
I don't think he even. I personally, I don't think he knows what that even means in the first place. Personally, I don't think this guy knows what that even means. Okay. Right, because like this guy he's with a black woman, bro, and you know it's personally it's not a good look to be rocking a shirt like that if you're with a sister. Okay, I doubt he knew what it means, but it just shows you right how the scrutiny a lot of brothers are in, especially if you're famous. You make one false move, right, and let's say he's into PAWGs, right? Okay. You're going to see people crashing out. And that just shows you, right, how people in our community want to control brothers and our dating preferences. Let's say this guy had a white girlfriend. He's into PAWGs, right? And he wants to rock that PAWG shirt. Let him do it. Let him rock it. But remember, right, we are in the black community. We as black men are controlled by sisters, unfortunately. We are the only community where sisters control us, man. They control who we date. They control how we come across. They want that thuggish, roadman, Pookie Ray Ray, type of brother. Like, we have no control in our community.
And others believe it's really shallow and silly for him to wear. As the image circulated, the criticism grew fast. People said the message felt outdated and unnecessary. Others,
brother, it's not that deep. It's just a shirt. It's just a flipping shirt. If a sister, I'll be real with you, right? If a BW wore on a shirt that she liked white dudes, you're going to see a whole bunch of sisters on Twitter and social media celebrate it. Oh, you go, girl. Oh, yeah, you go, girl. Yeah. But if a brother, right, states his preferences, it's a problem. It just shows you the hypocritical nature of the black community.
Argued that phrases like this have been normalized online for too long. What has stood out most is the silence. Damson has not spoken out or explained the choice at all.
He ain't gonna speak about it, bro. He ain't gonna, why is it that brothers, right, are so pressured, right, by society to always address things about their lives? If he wants to wear a shirt like that, whether he's with a sister or non-sister, right, it's up to him. Now, personally, right, I wouldn't rock that shirt, especially if I wasn't into PAWGs, okay? But some brothers are into PAWGs, and that's okay.
There has been no statement and no response on social media. That silence has only increased the backlash. Some people feel addressing it would show awareness. Others believe a statement.
What, bro? What do you mean? What awareness, bro? It's not that deep, man. Awareness of what? That PAWGs exist? That fat ASS white girls exist? Bro, we are literally living in clown world right now. What awareness do you need? There are some really sick people in our community and even outside our community that need some help, man. I really mean that, brothers. Why does this need awareness? It's not that deep. It's just a flipping shirt.
Being quiet suggests he does not care how the message was received.
Great.
Right now, the image continues to circulate without any clarification. What started as a relaxed picture has turned into a wider conversation and has become a huge controversy. And the longer he doesn't speak about it, the louder the reaction seems to get. But before you go, I want to know, should he speak about it?
Should he talk about PAWGs? Imagine this guy gets interviewed, right? Hey, Damson, we noticed how you wore a you wore a shirt that said PAWGs. Do you like dating PAWGs? Bro, we live in clown world right now, man. We are living in clown world, bro. Like, and this just shows you why I'm a passport, bro. The control that the West has over black men, the fear that they impose on us, dating wise, life wise, it's not right. It's sick. It's sick. Right? Why should he even address this, bro? It's a flipping t-shirt. Everything that brothers do is under the flipping microscope, man. If a brother smiles too much, if a brother doesn't have a great lineup, if a brother looks a certain way, oh, let's have think pieces about it. Let's criticize that brother. I'm sick of it, man. Like, you have to leave the West, right, to have some sort of control of your lives. And this shows you here that we as brothers, right, have no control over our image on our lives, man. And we always have to address things. Oh, did you do that? Did you say that? Essentially, we're powerless in this Western society. We're powerless. We're absolutely powerless. We're powerless. So I'm going to say right now, okay, brothers, you do what you want to do. You wear what you want to wear. You say what you want to say. If you want to wear a shirt that says PAWGs, rock it. If you're in Poland and you're dealing with snow bunnies, right, and you say I love PAWGs, rock it, bro. Own it. Own it. For far too long, we've allowed the culture. For far too long, we've allowed the culture to control the image of brothers. We've allowed the culture, right, to control us, to dictate how we live, what we wear, what we say. That is going to end in 2026. That has to end in 2026, bro. That is going to end in 2026. I mean that. Okay? Wild. Okay? So, brothers, you do what you want to do, wear what you want to wear, right? And you got this. Okay, so let me now video file. Okay, so let's react to this clip over here. I got a funny one over here.
This one is
so we have a Brad, right? A white dude saying, ladies, don't date a white man for status. What's going on here? Let's check it out.
ladies, this one is for you. So we have thousands of you in our inbox and you're all looking.
You see that? You see thousands of women in a white man's inbox. I'm telling you, right? White men are living on a whole different lives than us or any other race of men, right? I'm telling you, which is why I'm so perplexed as to how a white man can be struggling dating anywhere around the world. I can't fathom it. Women are in their inboxes. I can't remember the last time a woman jumped in my inbox, bro. I can't. They have women in their inboxes.
For white men. Well, I'm
looking for white dudes.
going to tell you, don't date a white man just for status.
Damn.
A white man is not going to change your life.
Oh, just like that. Bruv. So even like the white dudes know, man, a lot of like women who are not white are chasing after white men status, or this white man going to change her life, give her this princess life, this Disney life, right? And it appears that this white guy is sick of it.
We are just the same as a black guy. A white man can be broke. A white guy can cheat. A white man can have a wife and pretend he is not married so he can have another girlfriend.
Just like that. Yo, damn. What?
So we are exactly the same as the black race.
Now, I'm saying this right. Like, I didn't like how he worded that, but I get what he's saying. Like, he mentioned that negative things. Then he said that, oh, we are the same as the black race or black guys. Like, every race of man, right? Every group of people can do good or bad things. Okay, I think that's what he's trying to say, right? Like, you know, and these race of women, right, who believe that white men are perfect, white men are some sort of kings or princes, you know, and they're gonna change her life, etc., etc., right? He's saying that, yo, stop that ish, bruv. Stop that ish. And you know, I applaud this guy, right, for speaking out about how a lot of women, right, are in the inboxes of white dudes. They are, bro. They really are. That's why when I go out to the shopping center, when I go to the Walmart equivalent in the UK, I always see Brad with a woman every time.
So please do not come in my inbox saying you just want a white guy because you think your life will change just by dating this white guy. It won't.
Oh, damn. Just like that.
A lot of white guys are broke. A lot of white guys are cheaters. So this is what I've come on here to say today to you ladies, especially because a lot of you are in our inbox and your life will not change just by dating a white guy.
Oh, what the flip? So you're telling me, right, you have sisters, Asian women, Latina women in the inboxes of Brad, right? For the sole purposes of trying to get with Brad to change their lives. This guy says that thousands of women are inboxing white dudes, bro. Is the average brother getting inboxed by a lot of women? Question to you right now. Do you think the average brother, right, is getting inboxed by women? This guy, right, just keeping it respectful here, he's not a top 1% guy. He's not. Right? He's not a top 1% white guy. So this kind of guy is getting a lot of attention from women, bro. Now, imagine the black equivalent of this guy. Imagine the exact black equivalent of this guy. Same weight, same face, same hair. Do you think that black man is going to get a lot of women messaging him first on social media? No, he's not. That tells you, right, the power of Hollywood, the power of white men being CEOs of the biggest companies, the power of white men being Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, James Bond, the power of white men, you know, having a positive image throughout history to the point where bum-looking average white dudes, not saying this guy is a bum-looking average white dude, but I'm just saying in general, okay? Right? A low-value white guy is still getting a lot of attention from women just because he's white. That's insane. Women are really DMing white guys like this, bro. Bro.
So thank you, take care, and we are going live in 10 minutes.
Bro. Just like that. You know? And some of you guys don't believe me, didn't believe me last year when I said that. I'm seeing I'm seeing how brothers, you know, ain't doing too good in the West. Like, you know, I'm seeing a lot of lonely brothers, a lot of white dudes with women everywhere. This guy proves my point. And he's not a top 1% white guy, bro. I'm telling you, right, white men are living lives that we would never, ever dream of, bro. Lives that we see on social media, on Hollywood movie shows, TV shows. White men are living that, particularly when they pull women left, right, and center. And this white guy saying that, ladies, like, we are sick of y'all trying to get with us for status. So he's basically saying that you don't really like us for us. You like us because we're white. Because we had that perception that we have money, we have power, we have fame, we have status, bro. Bro, that right there that sums up the dating game in 2026, bro. In the West, you have no choice but to become a passport, bro. If this guy is pulling all the baddies and he's not even a top 1% white guy, what hope does the average brother have? Can we admit that this passport bro movement really has saved us? Because I do see a lot of Western BWs in large numbers now, or increasing numbers now, with Brad. So if I want a black woman, I'm going to Africa, bro. I'm going to Africa. I'm going to Africa. Keeping it a buck. Keeping it real. That sums up what we're going through. Get your passport, man. It's going to get real bad in the West in 2026. Women won't even look at you anymore, bruv. They won't. They don't look at me anymore. They look at me like fucking... Oh, I just swore. They look at me like dirt. We're not even a rumble yet. They look at me like dirt, bro. So I got my passport on the deck. I'm an IT bro. I'm a tech bro. I'm out this bish. Flipping heck, bruv. Mad. It's that bad right now. All right. So next one to react to. Let me go to video file. Let me react to this one over here. Okay. So I'm going to react to this clip over here.
Stop assuming that I only date white.
So we have a brother here, right, who gets an assumption that he only dates white girls. Now, growing up in the West, right, I got that question a few times because I'm not a thug, I'm not a pookie, I'm not a worry, but let's check it out.
Can you guys stop assuming that I only date white women because I look like this and talk like this?
Facts, bro. Facts. If you've ever been in that situation right now where, you know, you don't sag your pants, you know, you don't wear 4XL white tees, you don't wear like 4 gold chains, you don't wear New York Jet snapback, you don't see the N-word every 5 flipping seconds, right? You're a clean cut brother, you don't look bummy, and the way you speak, right, is very eloquent. A lot of people in our community assume that, oh, he dates Becky's only, and that's very ignorant. That's extremely ignorant, right? Because it just shows you, right, just like what they think of the average black man, that we can't be individuals, that we can't be unique. If you're not this type of black man, then you must date that kind of woman. That's crazy. Let's carry on watching.
Can you maybe stop? Every other black person I meet, after like 10 minutes into a conversation, like, oh, he only dates white girls. Or he dates black girls, but it's the Candace Owens types of black girls.
Facts, bro, facts. But guess what, right? Guess what? Give me a Candace Owens type of black chick, right? Over a Keisha and a Sharkeisha. Can I keep it real? Now, can I keep it real? Give me a skinny Candace Owens looking type woman over an oversized Keisha with a nose ring, ball earring, nose ring. Give me that. I'm just keeping it real. Can I keep it real for a second? Can I keep it real? Right? Like in 2026, the way the black man is stereotyped, particularly educated black men, the way we're stereotyped, the way we speak, the way we dress, right? It's all under a microscope. Oh, I bet you date Asian chicks. I bet you date white chicks. It's crazy, bruv. I can be right, a brother that looks like this guy over here and still date a sister from Africa, bro. Educated black men, we are we are literally going through hell right now, bro, because we don't fit that stereotypical brother, right? We don't have dreads, you know. We don't sag our pants. We don't wear large chains. We don't say the N-word every 5 seconds or even at all. So like assumptions get made. There's been times where I said to people, right, don't say the N-word around me. Don't call me the N-word. And you have these people, right, thinking that, what? Oh, you're not really black. What do you mean I'm not really black if I don't want to be called a racial slur? Mad. Absolutely insane, bro.
Shut the fuck up. I don't have a racial preference. I don't. If I had it my way, I'd have a woman from every ethnic group. Infinity.
Oh, you're a passport, bro, huh? You're a passport, bro, huh? Every ethnic group, huh? Okay, you're a passport, bro. I see you, bro. I see you, bro. Oh, man. Let's kind of watch it, man.
Whores. I have a class preference. I don't date women that get into fist fights at Walmart.
Oh. Oh. Run that back, IP. Run that back. I have a class preference. Me too, bro. Me too. Me too. Run it back.
Way I'd have a woman from every ethnic group. Infinity whores. I have a class preference. I don't date women that get into fist fights at Walmart. I don't date women who have been kicked off planes before.
Oh. Who's that fired towards to? Who's having fist fights at Walmart? Who gets kicked off the planes for nonsense, bro? Let's keep it real. Who's that applying to? Let's keep it real. Who? I think we know. Right? So, like, I also have a class preference too, bro. I also have a class preference too. Right? I do. And I don't care how you feel about that. But I too am sick of the BS, right, in our community. Especially the way our women look, the way they move. I'm going to get me a sister from Africa. I don't care how you feel about that. Listen, I'm done with that pro-black stuff in the West. I'm only pro-black in Africa and the Caribbean. I'm not pro-black in the West anymore, bro. I don't care for the black community in the West anymore. And guess what? I don't care how y'all feel about that, brothers. Right? When I was in the library studying for certs, my degree, not a single sister made me a sandwich, made me lunch, or even checked up on me. Not a single sister, right, showed me love when I was in that grind. I'm keeping it real. Not a single sister showed me love because they saw me, a clean-cut brother who speaks well, who dresses well. Oh, I'm not that kind of black guy. So you don't deserve any love.
Oh. But that could be any race. Okay, I've never understood guys that are like, oh, Dr. Umar is going to have to understand. Why are you thinking about another man when you're inside a puss?
Oh, bro. What the? Hey, run that back, Happy. Run that back, bro. Run that back, bro. Run that back.
Okay, I've never understood guys that are like, oh, Dr. Umar is going to have to understand. Why are you thinking about another man when you're inside a puss?
Facts, man. A lot of you dudes, right? You're too obsessed with what these Western pro-black dudes, right, are saying. You're too obsessed. You're too flipping obsessed, bro. Why should you care about what Umar is saying? Why should I care about that? Why? Anyone that's pro-American sisters, pro-UK sisters, pro-Canadian sisters, keep away from me. The only thing I'm pro-black about, right, is black men in Africa with their queens. The only thing I'm pro-black about, right, is black men in Africa with their queens. I'm going to keep it real. Can I keep it a buck? That's the only thing I am pro black about. So I'm done with what happens in the West anymore, man. Forget about Umar Johnson. Forget about all these other pro-black people in the West. You live your life how you want to live. Get your passports. Facts. This brother speaking facts, man. Shout out to educated brothers. Shout out to brothers who are educated. We see y'all, man. We see y'all, brothers, man. We know you're going through it. We see y'all. Damn. So I want to bring up this clip over here, right? And it just shows you, right, like how I thank God, right, that I'm a passport bro. Okay. So let me just show you this clip over here. Okay, over here. Let me try and get the clip for you real quick. Hold on. If you're here with us, type 1 in the live stream chat. Who's here, man, this Saturday? But we got another hour to go. We're gonna crash out on Rumble in a bit. I'm gonna open up the phone lines as well. If you want to chime in on a topic, if you want to crash out with me on Rumble, feel free to do so. It's Saturday. We good. We chill. Thank God for life. Thank Christ for life. Right? For everything, man. We're gonna be all right. It's gonna be my year, 2026. It's gonna be your year too, brothers. It's gonna be our year, man. We have this, and we have it on lock. We do. Now, I want to show you something like that's crazy. Okay, give me a second. All right, let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Video file. Okay. So brothers, right? I want to show you a clip of South Africa. Oh my goodness, right? We have Speed, the biggest streamer in the world, doing an Africa tour, right? He went to South Africa the other day, and the woman in this clip and his reaction just shows you why I'm a passport bro. Let's check it out. Look how thick that woman is, bruv. Now, if you're into thick women, right, particularly thick sisters, please don't sleep on South Africa. Lord have mercy. Bro, flipping heck. And look at Speed's reaction, bro. Look at his reaction to the far right. Right? Look at that, bruv. That's mad. Look at all the dancing, bro. Look at Speed's reaction, brother. Look at that. What the fuck? Brothers, oh my goodness. Mad. Brothers, like what you see right there on this clip, that's all natural, bruv. That is all natural. Now, personally, that's way too thick for me. That is way too thick for me. I don't want that. But I know that a lot of brothers, some brothers want this type of woman. That right there is all natural from the motherland, from the source. From the motherland, from the source. Like, brothers, come on. Like, I mean, come on, man. Come on. So if you want, right, if you want a woman that's packing like that, right? You want her feminine, you want her natural, okay? You want her, you know, look at those thighs, bro. Like, you want her like that? Don't look for that in the West. Yes, it's possible to get a woman like this in the West. However, that comes with Western programming, the Western lifestyle, high body counts, attitude, etc., etc. Go to the motherland and get you a woman like this, bro. Look at Speed's reaction to the far right. That kind of thickness is insane. Now, once again, right, I'm gonna be real. That's way too thick for me. I don't like that. That's too much for me. Okay. I prefer slim, thick, skinny chicks. However, I know that some brothers like a woman like this. Some brothers want a woman like this. So what are you going to do about that? You are going to get your passports, right? And get you a chick like this, bruv. You want to explore and see, right? Okay, what country has that type of woman? That's how I can't believe that South Africa is packing with women like this, bruv. That's insane. Look at the woman here, with the with the gray training pants or trousers, whatever you want to call it, gym attire. And look at this, bruv. Look at this. Look at all that, bruv. Look at this. Now, for me again, that's way too big, right? But I know some bros, right? Some bros, they want a woman like this. They really do. They really do. That's mad. That is mad. That is mad. Brothers, again, the world is your oyster. Getting your passport will get you women like this. Getting your passport right will unlock women like this for y'all. Right? And from what I'm hearing, right, South Africa could be a spot for you brothers. You want a black chick, an African chick, look no further than the African continent, man. Look no further than the African continent. Look no further than the African continent. But once again, right, this is too thick for me. I can't do it. No, this is too thick. I am not interested in that. No, that's way too thick. Hell no. No, not for me. I don't want to deal with a thick woman like this, bro. I'll be real with y'all. Whether she's black, white, Asian, whatever race, I don't deal with women that are this thick. Too much. But I understand that there are many men in this world that would sell their house and their car for a thick woman like this. And for you, brother, more power to you, bro. More power to you. More power to y'all. But I cannot deal with thickness like this, bro. I can't. I don't want to be around it. I don't want to walk next to it. No. But I'm showing you, if this is your kind of woman, right? I'm showing you that you can get this easily in Africa and the Caribbean and in South America too. If you're into thick black woman, go to South Africa. Go to South Africa. That thickness overload, no, too much for me. No, I can't do it. I can't do that thick. I can't, bro. I can't. I really can't do that thick. Right? I can't, bro. It's too much. Too much. Too much. Too much. Too much. Everything. No, too thick for me. But for y'all can have her, but too thick for me. Okay? Type of 1 in the chat, right? if you go for a woman like this, type of 1 in the chat if you want a woman like this, bro. In the comments, in the chat, type of 1 in the chat. That's thick. That's too thick. But if you want that, head to Africa. Some of you brothers typing the 1 in the chat. Y'all funny, man. Let me open up the phone lines, man. Let's have a open call-in show. Call in, okay? I'm gonna open up the phone lines right now. Let's get it cracking. Okay, phone lines open. Feel free to call in. Okay, phone lines open. Hit the like button as well, please. Show some support to the channel. Show some support. Hit the super chat if you can as well. Support IP, support the movement. Who's here, man? Type a one if you're here. Phone lines are open. Give me 2 minutes. Let me get some water and some food, brothers. We got our upcoming Rumble crash out coming soon as well. So, but calling it if you want to chime in about anything else, what we discuss, what you want to talk about. Now's the time. It's a Saturday. Call in, yeah? I'll be here in the background. Give me a sec. Big Rats, hold on, bro. Give me a couple minutes. Let me get some food. Hold on. couple callers in the background. Okay, let's get cracking. I'm back now, man. We're gonna have a nice like call-in show. Hold on, man. I see Big Racks, Kyron in the building as well. Kyron, been a minute, bro. I hope you well, brother. Let me bring in Big Racks, Kyron, and Roy in the background, man. Roy, your camera's on. Is that okay, or do you want to turn it off? Thumbs up. Okay, awesome, bro. Let me bring in Big Racks in the background. Then Kyron and Roy. What's up, you brother? Y'all good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
How we doing?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm all right. What's up, man? What's up, Kyron, man? You good, bro?
Yeah, a long time. Hope you've been well.
Long time. Hey, bro, we got to catch up personally, brother. Hope you're keeping well, brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So, brothers, thanks for calling in. Much appreciated, brothers. Much appreciated. So, let's go with Big Racks first, bro. Brother, what do you want to speak about, brother? What's on your mind, bro? We're not on Rumble, so don't crash out yet, bro. Don't crash out yet, bro. But by the way, bro.
I peep what I want to say, man. I saw the last clip you did with a thick girl. I like them thick, man, but basically they for fun, man. For like, when at nighttime, she'll see me at nighttime she only see me at nighttime like Batman, bro. So it ain't. I don't really like fat women or too fat. I don't do fat women because I know they try to stigmatize brothers and say that, oh, y'all like fat women. I don't like fat women, bro. I do like something with some, with ASS and other, and some, and the breasts and all, but I don't like fat women.
I feel you, bro. Same here, man. If she's too thick, I don't want her, man. Send her to Pookie and Ray's estate. Not for me. I need me a skinny chick. I need a chick in the gym. I need me a slim, thick chick who loves going to the gym, and that's why I go for, bro. Let me go to Kyron, brother. What's in your mind, brother? Fire away, bro.
I want to ask everybody, like, a lot's changed in the world in the last couple of weeks. Economy's looking good in some ways and kind of shifty in other ways. What are you guys tracking right now for 2026 in terms of like where you're putting your money? You're putting your money into crypto. A lot of people are putting the money into gold and silver. Where's everybody's heads?
Bro, that's a great question, bro. Personally, I'm gonna see how the first 2 months pan out. I'm gonna see what market is doing better than the other. And depending on what market does well, I may relocate some assets to there, bro. I think it's too early to decide what will pop off. What about you, Big Racks or Roy? Roy, you got background noise, Roy?
Oh yeah, IP. Right now I'm just looking to see how the market volatilize and everything, and I'm putting money away. Like I'm doing 5 different accounts, one for crypto, one for for silver and gold, and I got other one for savings. So once I see the market is good and more money getting pumped into the economy, then I'm going to invest more in crypto and buy some gold and silver. But I'm gonna wait and see because I don't want to try to hurry up and get in there, and then I'm like, oh, the market ain't good, and it's gonna be a bloody market. I mean, a bloody market with the crypto. So that's why I'm saying I'm still putting money in there, but I'm being smart with it right now.
Absolute facts. Fire away, bro.
But that's the other thing I'm looking at too. Y'all know what happened with the Venezuelan situation and all the oil being taken away by the U.S. There is some poured out of oil sauce about to pop on soon. I'm doing some research on it now, so I will look into that. Other than that, man, we just gotta move smart. Don't do no stupid shit with it, and do your research. And I'll be reckless.
Facts, bro. Absolute facts. And Karen, I don't know how you feel about that, bro, Karen, but I feel like the economy is still shaky, bro. I don't know. I feel like it's getting better, but it's not where it was like in 2022, 2021 time. But what's your thoughts as to how would you want to invest in 2026?
Oh man, it's a great question. I have a friend who works in finance, and both of us are deep gold and silver all the way. He has some crypto positions as well. For me, gold and silver. And I guess the other thing I'll be doing heavily is, at the end of the day, every company feels pressure to invest in AI. I know there's a bit of a bubble and a bit of overspending, but if you're a law firm and your competing firm spent $1 million, $2 million on AI tools, there's an expectation that you'll do the same to be able to bring down the prices that you have to charge. So a lot of companies are under pressure to adopt AI, and I'll be putting basically, at least in terms of my money in the stock market, a lot going into Microsoft. I think Copilot's the winner.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Where do you see AI in the next, let's say, 5 years, or next 2 years or so? Do you feel like it's gonna, take jobs, or or we have to live with AI, or will it create jobs? How do you see it, bro? Because like we have like a lot of young people out of university. They can't find jobs, unfortunately, and that can't be sustainable. Like young angry people, homeless or hungry, but it's gonna be some real threats against us in the near future, man. So what's your thoughts, brother?
It's funny because this is the exact area I work in. There was a company I worked for that was an AI startup. Even I guess 10 years ago, I worked there. They've been since acquired, but the major telco in Canada uses their AI product now, and they laid off 900 people. So the first thing I'm seeing is there are jobs that are absolutely going away. Anything that can be done by an AI agent easily, that's basically you're living on borrowed time at this point. And then there are jobs where they won't go away, but your duties will increase. So imagine an executive assistant, right? They have like the calendars, managing appointments, running kind of errands for the executive that they support. Well, now that there's so much more kind of somebody writes a prompt, the AI tool takes care of tasks for them. They can actually, the executives can augment some of their work with the AI assistants and their executive assistant. So some people's job duties are just going to get broader, and then some jobs are just flat out going to go away. People who work with their hands are probably going to be good for the next little while, I would say. But there's also the flip side of that, which is, if the white collar workers don't have jobs, the demand for people to build houses and condos and other things, renovations goes down. So I think people have to be pretty careful right now. I guess the most important thing I would say to people, if you're young right now, is don't get into debt. This is not the time to take on debt.
Facts, bro. Absolute facts. Now, Bubba, what country do you see doing well this year or the next 2 years that not ride some with AI, but you can live a good life there? There's jobs there. The women there are still dateable. Because, Bubba, we're in a time where the economy is terrible, right? But that's one thing, right? But dating is also terrible in the West. Like, it's one thing where, I remember back in the day, like 2008, that was pretty bad, right? But dating was good in 2008. And, before that in 2000, right? .com crash, you could still get a wife, date easily. Young men nowadays can't date. Economy is trash. Women aren't checking for them. Break it down for us, Karen.
Sure. It's funny, like you brought up a really good point. A lot of TV shows, like sitcoms that are famous, like How I Met Your Mother and all the other ones of that era, they kind of point out like dating wasn't that bad in 2008. The economy was terrible, right? But dating and kind of gender relations were still okay. That's not the case today. So that's a great point you raised. I think what I would say, if I'm looking at how the world is moving economically, of course, America is going to benefit from what's happening with AI. Of course, the oil they've acquired, right? But if I look at a country that also gives you a good quality of life, maybe I'm biased living in Japan. One thing that I've noticed is that because there is the U.S. military presence here, there are defense contractors here. So Anduril set up an office and setting up an office here. Another thing I noticed is that OpenAI has a massive office here, and they're still hiring, staffing that up. If anybody here watches the All In podcast, Jason Calacanis is a really big angel investor. He's running his kind of startup incubator in Tokyo now. So there's a lot of money and opportunities in technology, given Japan is really stable. It's a great place if you're an engineer or nerd to be. And then also for dating, infrastructure, cost of living, food, personal safety, it's great. Japan's going to do really well. And then the other one that's going to, of course, do well is UAE. I would say those are the two places. If I had to pick, if you could only pick one country and not balance a few, either Japan or UAE.
Damn. My brother's like, I know we big up Japan very highly on this channel, but we have a brother living in Japan. He can speak on it. Like, telling you, Japan is, it's basically, still functioning as an economy, as a country where women are dateable. Even foreign women in Japan are dateable too, right? and there's jobs there, right? There's still jobs there. You know, I'm not seeing there's no layoffs happening in Japan from what I see as well, right, Kyron?
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of the opposite. They have more jobs than they do people at this point, and you know, getting qualified people that fit in well is tough. One thing you'll find is international companies, they've started to realize, right? Like Japan isn't used to multiculturalism and bringing people from abroad. So when they first started doing it, you know, you had people coming in from like India, China, and Russia, and they all have different cultures, right? But for the most part, you get a British person, an Australian, a Canadian, an American. There's enough overlap. So there is a preference in a lot of these companies for hiring, if they're hiring foreigners, for Westerners. And then also we have the better kind of, you know, in terms of tech stack, we have the better alignment there. So if you're looking for a job in Japan and you work in tech, especially in software engineering or AI, you'll get hired here really quickly.
There you go, brothers, man. There you go. Wow. Yo, appreciate the breakdown, Kyron. So, brother, how is life? How is actually, before I even go speak about that, right? Anyone else want to chime in? Roy, Big Rax, y'all want to chime in on anything else? Or y'all good?
Oh no, IP, I'm good.
Okay, what about you, Roy? You good?
I'm
okay,
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
Brothers, feel free to call in, brothers, if you want to chime in as well. Let me ask this, right, Kyron, in terms of like your current life in Japan, right? Tell me about, particularly for Black men, are Black men thriving there in 2026 or now, obviously late 2025? Do you see them with women? Do you see them, you know, having opportunities there, brother? You know, how is a life like for a Black brother in Japan?
I'll be honest, it's like I've been here for, I guess, 3 years, but I think I mentioned in other streams, I first came out here in 2018. Then I came back 2019, and now I live here permanently. And even, you know, I've been here before. I've seen a lot. I've been, you know, the countryside, Tokyo, Osaka. It's so good for us. It's kind of confusing at times, right? Like, look, you're in Tokyo, you're going to see half Black, half Japanese people doing well. That's not really a surprise, right? Like, Tokyo's massive. But I mean, like, I'm out in the countryside, and there's a family here, and the brother is ironically from Toronto as well. His wife teaches here. She's Japanese, and they have their kids. And they live here peacefully. When I first got to Japan, I was in Tsukuba, which is famous for, of course, like street racing, and then there's a lot of scientists there. And I met another brother there. You know, he's with his son and living peacefully as well. So I think it's pretty. I would honestly say, Japan, the hierarchy is different, right? For them, it's like Japanese people and then others, and then the only like they frown upon is really like Chinese. Korean is more political, but they don't dislike day-to-day Korean people. Chinese people's different, right? So you come here as a Black person, there isn't this like, oh, you know, negative feeling that people have towards Black people in general. And like, for better or for worse, they've seen white people come here and crash out too, right? So there isn't this like rigid hierarchy. So you'll do fine if you're Black here. I actually met this summer she was half Japanese, half Nigerian girl, grew up here, going to university here, and she completely loves it. So I wouldn't worry at all. I think it's almost like a haven for us.
Oh man, is she in Tokyo, bro? That half Black, half Japanese chick?
She is in Tokyo.
Brother, let me just share my screen over here, right? Because I'm not sure if you missed it, but I actually reacted to this Blasian chick, brother. Let me just share my screen. Actually, give me a sec. So, brother, when I saw this Blasian chick, right, I was like, wow. Hold on.
I måste gå för. I just.
Okay, let me just go a bit forward, right, brother? Like when I see a chick like that looks like this, I'm thinking, brother, she's in Japan, right? Lives in the UK, but she's from Japan, brother. Brother, do you see women like this, Kyron, like in Tokyo, brother?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say you have to be strategic about where you go, because like, at least when I first came to Japan, there was more people in Tokyo than Canada, right? So it's a really sprawling city. But like, for example, when I met the girl who was half Nigerian and half Japanese, I was coming back from Tokyo Game Show, right? So just like getting out to events where, of course, people are going to be. Nightlife, I would say Shibuya, if you're in your 20s, probably a good place to meet like mixed race women. There's also a lot of half Japanese, half Brazilian women. So you'll see those around too. Yeah, Tokyo, Osaka, and then just making sure you're going to like any typical events, and that's probably where you run into them. And then the nightlife as well.
Oh man, brother. So now I want to know, brother, right? Because we are black men and
Of
things
course.
are unique to us. Are these Blasians and half Japanese, half Brazilian women? Do they like black men? Do you see them with black men? Do you think they'll go for a black man, brother?
Yeah, it's funny. I had to unfollow one of the half Brazilian, half Japanese girls recently because she married a brother. So, you know, another one off the market, but good for them. And yeah, when it comes to the half, I know what you're getting at because in London it's kind of the opposite, right? If a girl's like half black, half white, she's 9 times out of 10 she's not dating a black guy. It's not like that here at all. You know, because you got to think about it. If a woman is black and Japanese, she grows up in Japan and she's of course used to seeing Japanese people, right? But
Mm.
you know, the black people she interacts with on a day to day are probably her immediate family. So there's a level of like understanding and curiosity that you always run into when you speak to them. And yeah, you're not good. You'll have I would say, an advantage of anything.
Brother, that's crazy. So, brother, that half black, sorry, that half Brazilian, half Japanese woman, right, married to a brother. Was he a
Yeah,
dark skinned brother, light skinned
he
brother?
was. He was very dark skinned.
Oh my goodness. And brother, they in Tokyo?
They're I believe they're in Osaka.
Flipping heck. Okay, so is he American or is he African? African.
You're going to be pissed. He's British.
What
Yeah,
what? Yo, what the flip?
that accent goes far here.
Oh man. Okay. Brother, so let me ask this right. So now, brother, Kyron, I don't want to crash out yet, or brothers, we're going to rumble in a bit so we can speak more freely about stuff, right? But I want to talk to you about age gap and the male peak, right? I mentioned the
Oh,
other day
sure.
that uh, it's not sentiment. Avoid saying the N word, even though it's ninja. Any sort of variations of the N word. We are high value black men here. I don't want to hear the N word, ninja, all that stuff. What you will say is dude, bro, or brother. We are high value brothers. We're not Pookie. We're not Ray Ray. So anyone saying ninja as a replacement for the N word, don't do it. Or YN. I hate that term YN too. We are high value upper echelon black men. Carry yourself in that manner, please. It's 2026, man. So there is a male peak, in my opinion. Okay, you can't be a dude that's 55 or 60 and expect to pull a 25-year-old or 22-year-old chick. I'm sorry, unless you're super super rich. Why would a 22-year-old chick, right, pick you over a 30-year-old dude or a 25-year-old dude? Okay, now that's the first question, brother. Right? Is there a male peak in Japan, in your opinion?
It's funny because I know exactly what you're talking about in the West. Like, it's become this kind of talking point, right? I think it's silly, like in America, right? You have people that are 18, 19 running around with like automatic weapons, but age gaps are where they draw the line. Nonetheless, here is very different. Like, because you've been here, right? When you take the train in Tokyo, I'm sure you noticed the men they have in advertisements a lot of times are about 50 years old, right?
Mm.
They go for that kind of like distinguished James Bond look. A guy that's well put together, in decent shape, isn't fat, in his 50s, like especially when you're like commuting, like like a tailored suit, nice accessories. Honestly speaking, getting a woman who's 18 to 20 is kind of like a foregone conclusion. It's very different here.
Interesting. Now,
Yeah.
brother, could you be a brother in your 30s and 40s, right, and have success dating women early 20s, mid 20s in Japan?
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny that things have shifted in the West so quickly, but here it's still the same. Like, age gaps are like romanticized very much, right? People do like, there's two sides to it. Sometimes there's that thing, I'm sure you've seen in anime and manga, which is very real, oh, they married their high school sweetheart, right? Or the childhood friend. That's something nice that people like. So there is something where people grew up together and they date within their group, but a lot of women really do go for men who are a lot older than them. I mean, like, a lot of times the women who will hit on me will be like 20, 22, sometimes 18, 19. And then on the flip side, because I'm approaching my mid 30s, I also notice women in their 50s hitting on me as well. So it's kind of best of both worlds.
Flipping heck. Oh wow. This is incredible. Bro, it looks like Japan, Tokyo may be the spot to be in the next 5 years, because the way the West is going, like even like Africa, like that's a growing spot as well. Qatar, Middle East, like the way the world is going, like the West is losing its spark, Ryan. Is that a fair statement in your opinion?
Honestly, I know we all talk about it, but I think it's an understatement, right? Because like we have to also think about risk mitigation. You know, we think about it when we look at our portfolio and say maybe we have a position that's, you know, too much money in one position and not diversified enough. The same thing applies to your mobility and where you live, right? You saw in the UK, like Nigel Farage and some other people got their bank shut down. Same thing happened to Ye in America. The political division is really bad in Canada, the UK, and the US. That's simple. But when you look at societally what's happening, it's not good. You know, I would feel really scared raising a child in like 99% of the West, right? You know, maybe Vancouver, you get away with it. Maybe some suburb in Seattle, you know, Kent, you might get away with it. But that's kind of it, right? And I think it's really important that even if you don't necessarily move abroad fully in the next year or two, get a bank account in another country. See if you can get a residence permit somewhere else. Especially for people who have like parents that maybe one is from another country, get those passports. You don't just want to have one passport and be kind of caught, right? Like what happens if your country, you know, what happens if the embassies are shut down? You can't renew your passports. What happens if there's a big backlog? We've all three of us have had to deal with that. So I would say diversification is what I'm thinking about. The West being in trouble is like, you know, our politicians run their campaigns that the West is cooked, right? So that's, everybody agrees. It's what you do with that. I think there's a lot of division on it. And there's a lot of people telling us, oh, stay at home. You're a coward if you leave. It's not that bad. But when you look at the rich people, what do? Even Trump has accounts overseas, right?
Yeah. Facts, bro. Absolute facts. Wow. I'm hearing some good news about Japan, man. And that's awesome, bro. Age gap, pulling younger women in Japan. This is great, bro. This is absolutely great. Is cheating culture still a problem in Japan?
I would say Tokyo, Osaka, yes. The rest of the country, not really, right? Like the problem is that culturally, Japan is very different, where it relies on obviously the law, but like kind of community societal policing, right, to uphold morals and values. But Tokyo and Osaka are so anonymous, right? Like the population of Osaka, I think, is more than like all of Singapore and probably another city in China combined. It's just massive cities. So people get around and they do whatever they want. But as soon as you go out of those kind of bubbles, you know, there is a little bit of like, you can't be running around and talking to other women when you're married, or a woman can't be talking to other men when she's married. There's politeness and respect, but sneaking around and doing that, you'll get caught, and word gets around. It's not a good thing.
Awesome. Great intel, bro. Great intel. Fantastic intel. I was going to say something, but I lost my train of thought. Now, Big Racks, Roy, y'all want to chime in? Y'all good? Or you want to chime in?
IP, yeah, I want to say something. Yeah, I feel like Japan probably one of the best places, bro. Like doing my research, I actually came to the conclusion Japan is it's like very upgraded. You know, the technology. They have advanced technology. You don't have a lot of crime, and you don't have Pookie and Ray Rays. You know, Shanique twerk. You know, Shaniquas and all that. So I feel like it's great. I'm going out there. I'm actually gonna go out there, man, to meet up with you, man, and, very soon. So that's what I'm saying. We gotta figure out the best, not just for women, but for economically, for socially, and for Ashley, man, that we can have a great life also. Like America is cooked, bro, but like I say Vancouver, Canada is a good spot. It's not the best spot because it's still in the West, but it's not bad for brothers. For other races, I can't really say. I don't know, but for brothers, it's actually still a good spot, man. But America, It's you know, it's sinking faster than Titanic in my eyes, bro.
Absolute facts, man. Absolute facts. And you know, before I speak on your point there, Rax, and before I go to you, Roy, Kyron, is having money as a Western man important in Japan, in your opinion? I think money is important in general, right? I think all women like money, right? But you want to have a woman that likes you for you, but she also likes money too. It is what it is, right? Like, if you're a guy that's older than your chick, she's in her 20s, you're in your 40s or 30s, right? Would you admit
Sure.
that you gotta be stable, have some sort of assets backing you or money in your account to keep her in check? You know, what's your thoughts, brother?
Okay, so this is I noticed this when I was in London a lot, right? Because you know, in the US, like the salaries can be sky high. They're not always high, but you know, somebody being young and pulling 200 to 400K working at a good company isn't necessarily uncommon if they're in like Miami, New York, or LA, right? London is like, you know, you're 20, you're happy for getting 30,000 pounds, which is like what, 35K US. So despite the UK's salaries, and Canada's not much better, being terrible, women want guys that make, you know, $250,000 a year is like their entry level, right? They want to have all these fancy things. They want to be in a nice car. They don't know the car has automatic windows. You know, they want to pretend that they live some high class lifestyle in the West, and they want you to finance that. And a lot of times, the other trap in the West that you'll notice if you live in a big city is that when you're in your 20s and your 30s, like these women are taken care of by their fathers, right? So you're not really competing against the other men. You're competing against the stuff her father provides for her. Here isn't like that. And it makes sense. Like, you know, Japanese people have smaller cars. Houses, it's about the same these days. They used to be smaller, but you look at the West and things have changed. I think people's expectations are a lot more reasonable. You know, if you're talking to girls in Ginza, right, like where all the fashion brands are, they're going to say a different thing. But generally speaking, things are very cheap here. People just want a relaxed quality of life, space, you know, to focus on their hobbies and their career. So yeah, if you're an older man dating a younger woman, you have to be able to take her to the movies and a restaurant, right? But it's not like you have to take her to Nobu or Mr. Chow's. You know, you're spending for the two of you on a night out like $100 is a lot. So I wouldn't worry too much as long as you have like a decent career, you know, something that's just like normal in a Western country, you'll go pretty far here. And then if you get to that point in Japan, inflation changes a lot, but it's still about 10 million yen per year, which I think is like what 75, 80K US. That's considered like, you know, soft rich, like, you know, upper earners. A lot of people in their 50s don't make that much money. So the closer you get to about 10 million yen, it's kind of a write-off. I'd say after even 8 million yen for a young person, you're doing better than the vast majority. Most young people in Japan, they pull like 2 to 3 million yen, if they're lucky. So just keep that in mind.
Wow, great breakdown, bro. Let me bring in Jam in the background. So before I go to Jam, right, I want to mention like how Big Rack's point about how you know, Vancouver is also a great spot. And I keep telling brothers, right, don't sleep on Vancouver, because like if you personally, right, feel like it's too much for you to leave the West because you were born in the West, you're used to Western culture, right? But you want to live a good life, have dates, right? A good economy. There are only two places that I recommend that in my opinion, from what I've seen, one of them I've been to, right, that I called glitches in the matrix: Vancouver and Seattle. If you are not in those two cities in the West long term, get your passport and get the hell out. There are only two cities that I really tell brothers, hey, you want to live your life there, date women, blah, 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 either Seattle or Vancouver. If it ain't those two cities, get your passport and find a country that works for you. Anyone agree or disagree?
I mean, you're speaking fast, bro. You're speaking fast.
Oh, wait, I'm in. I'll add one. San Francisco is also another location.
For black men?
Yeah.
Jam, you sure?
San Francisco is great. Yeah. San Francisco is really good.
Please explain. I need to hear this.
Break it down for us, but what do you mean by San Fran? That's interesting.
Well, I got, you know, my boy, he's out there. He's been living out there for the past 5 years. He's been telling me to come out there for the longest, but I don't really like San Francisco because I don't like California because of a whole bunch of reasons. But he finally convinced me to go out there, and he was not lying. They're very like you have to say San Francisco. They have a lot of money there, so it's they're not really looking for money. To be honest, they're just looking for vibes and a good time. So if she likes the way you look, you know what I mean, you're vibing. That's all that she really cares about. She don't care if you're like, you can be working at McDonald's, so you'd be fine out there. And it's very
But
rare. That's like the only cities I know that.
But that means you have to be good looking then to pull in San Fran. Because if women have money, right? Like you mentioned
Well, you
last
gotta be
week,
good
brother.
looking. You gotta be good looking everywhere, bro. Like you're not gonna be an ugly. Like, come on, bro.
But you mentioned last week like genetics, like if women now have money, right? Then it's genetics that they're gonna look at. They're gonna go after. So do you have hair on your head? Are you tall, brother? Let's be real here, right? If you're tall, have hair on your head in San Fran, you do well. But if you're short, right, and unfortunately you didn't hit the genetic lottery in other parts as well, you ain't gonna do well in San Fran. But it's out to you probably could be better, bro. Let's keep it a buck.
I don't agree. I think you'll do just as. I mean, I've been to both cities, right? In fact, Seattle was the first city I actually ever traveled to, and I think you'll do just as well in San Francisco and Seattle. And I think out of everyone here, I spent the most time in both cities, so I think I know what I'm talking about.
Okay. So, Karen, over to you, right? Now, unfortunately, Karen, right, some men start losing their hair or thin, right?
For sure.
Do you believe that in Japan, right, you can be a bald guy or have thinning hair and poor, or if that's happening to you, your day in life is over in Japan? Keep it a buck, brother. Keep it real.
Well, remember, like we have a superpower that we already aren't the norm here, so we're not judged the same, right? Like a bald Japanese guy can pull here, and they do, but they kind of dress like more rugged, right? So if you're a completely different race, if you're black, Hispanic, white, you have it like the rules don't apply. You just have to be well put together, look good, don't be overly autistic, right? Be polite, kind of figure out how to fit in, and you'll be fine. Like hair, no hair, because at the end of the day, like there is some level of like you are intriguing to people, right? Like even just having facial hair, Japanese women typically don't like facial hair, but if they date a foreign guy, they might like it because it's like, oh, he's different. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. It's just the typical things. You can't stink here. That's the one. Can't smell, can't be overly loud, can't be ratchet. Well put together, hair or no hair, doesn't matter. It's just everything else that matters. Even height, I'll be honest, like 5'9", you're good.
Awesome. Got a super chat here. Shout out to Mr. Activa for the support. Appreciate you, bro, for the 25 Norwegian currency. First super chat of the day. So appreciate the support, brother. That means a lot to me. Thank you very much. So, Jam, you want to chime in, brother? You just joined. Anything you want to talk about, brother?
That girl's gorgeous.
We were just reacting to her earlier on today, bro. Like, this is Japan, bro. I mean, we got a brother that has verified that, yeah, Blasians are in Japan, half Brazilian, half Japanese. Like, the Western world is going to ish, but it looks like Asia and Africa are on the up. And get your passport, brothers. Fire away, Jan.
Yeah, I wouldn't holler like at a chick like this in the U.S. I already know how stuck up she would be, but in Japan, I just might.
I got Mr. Pet to do that too. Oh my god, damn.
Facts.
Hey yo.
So I think we're just saying how on Big Rack's point, how like we live in a time where nothing is going right for the average person. Like literally nothing is going right. Like, and that's what brings about depression and people crashing out. Once again, it's one thing where economy is bad, right? But again, woman, because that means if you're getting woman right, it takes your mind away from the economy, and then you just be patient until it gets better or you get a job, right? But nowadays, right, economy is bad. Gen Z can't get woman, the average Gen Z dude, so he's lonely, right? He can't get a job, okay? He's playing video games all day. He's not going out to socialize. And that's the average life of a young man in the West right now, as opposed to economy being bad, but you get a woman left, right, and center. So do you see why, you got to get out if you can?
Yeah,
It's
you can't
mad.
be average. You can't be average in the West. You can't be. I mean, if you're average, I mean, this is the reason why I said I didn't like places like Norway, because in Norway, right, like I'm above average height, right? I'm 6'2", but in Norway I'm average because the average height there is like 6 feet. So I'm just like regular. You know what I mean? So like this is the reason why like getting your passport, right, or I call it geomax, is so important, because you need to be in a place, right, where you're above average, right? Most Western men, especially if they feel like they've done the work, right, are like they're above average, like in the world. But in the West, right, they're not. It's not doing it for them, right? So that's why geomaxing is so important. You go to someone, for example, like if you're shorter, like let's say you're 5'9", right? That's not short at all. But in the West, you're considered short. You go to Asia, and now you're tall. You know what I mean? Like so, or for example, let's say you're making income, right? So for example, I was in Miami, where I made really good money in Miami, but people still treated me like I was okay. You make decent money. I'm top 1% income. It's not decent money about it. I'm really top 1% in the world. You know what I mean? And according to the U.S. Bureau of Statistics. But I was just treated as like, you make okay money because, Miami, you got celebrities, right? You got people who are making mills, and I was only making hundreds of thousands. So, so why go? So it's like, so for example, it's like going, like, let's say, for example, me, myself, I think I'm in pretty good shape. I'm 6'2", I'm in good shape. But that's like me going to like an NBA party and expecting to get women there. Like, dude, they're not gonna talk to me. Like, even if I'm above average, bro, we're talking about NBA athletes. Everyone there is like 6'5" plus. They're all millionaires, and meanwhile I'm 6'2", and I'm only 100,000 there. So you got to go right where you can compete and do best, and that's why they're hating on the passport world stuff, because men kind of just figured out, all right, this is what women want, this is the game, and what the women want you to do is they want you to try harder to quote unquote meet their standards, but that don't even work because it's a zero sum game. So like the more you push to be better, the more their standards go up. There's no winning in that sense. There's literally a zero sum game. So men like us have figured it out, right? We're like, okay, I'm just gonna go where I'm a winner already instead of just trying to be a winner in the system, and that's when they get mad. But that's the game. That's what you got to do. That's why I'm saying, like, if you're a short dude, like if you're 5'7" and below, you know what I mean? And you don't have great charisma. If you have charisma, like that's something you're born with. You know what I mean? You'll know if you have it. But chances are, if you're on this channel, you don't have it. So if you're 5'7" and below, bro, you gotta get out of the West, because you're just not gonna do anything. You know what I mean? You're just not. Um, and so I think that's the thing now. The thing is to go where you could be a star. You know what I mean? Not everyone's gonna be a star anywhere, but go where you are a star.
Facts,
Hey,
bro.
I
Big Mac, you want to say something, bro? Yeah.
Yeah, I want to chime in. With I agree with that brother that was just speaking on. Yeah, it's really never enough in the West, but them guys that they so called say millionaires got $30 million, bro. I know people, like I know this girl that was a server for the NBA players and the NFL players, and guess what she told me? She basically told me that out of all the people that she served, the NFL and the NBA players were the worst tippers, bro. So I mean, y'all got all that money. Why y'all can't tip no $20, etc. So
Because they don't need to. They don't need to. That's why. Because they
yeah,
already
yeah,
they already have them.
That's what I mean.
Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
was,
But I
it's
don't.
funny you mentioned that, because it was like this. Like I was watching this Chinese channel. Like they have a big problem in China as well, and it's talking about like how like when it comes to the poor man, they got like the dowry or the bride price. But if it's like a rich man, they're not even gonna ask him for that. And this goes back to my sister. I was talking to my sister, and she was trying to relate to me. She was like, "Oh, I had friends of mine, and they bought these girls drinks, and the girls just took the drinks and they ran away." And I told my sister, "Yo, I've never bought a girl a drink before in my life." And I could just tell when I said that, like she looked at me like I was like I thought I was hot. Wait, hold up, bro. We're on YouTube, right? Like I said, I thought it was like hot stuff. She thought I was like too big for my britches, and I didn't think I was hot stuff. I just realized like before I was 21, I saw this happen. I saw dudes, because I went to there's this club called Webster Hall in New York, and you could go there. I'm not sure if it might be closed down. I'm not sure. Anyone who's in New York, they'll know about Webster Hall. It's a very popular club over there on 11th Street. You can go there. And the reason why I went there is because you can go in under 21 and go there. So that's why I did. I went there. I went with these girls of mine. And usually what I would do is I would pre-game, like I would drink on the way there, because obviously I can't drink there because I'm under 21 and I can't buy a drink there. But these girls, they were like, "Yo, you don't have to worry about pre-gaming. Like, we got you." I didn't know what they meant by that. Like I'm just a 19-year-old kid. I'm like, dude, what do you mean? Like, we can't drink. Like, we're not, we're 19, we're not 21. So anyway, what happened was I went there with these girls, and these girls, they suckered these older men. We're talking about men in their 30s, bro. And if you go to Webster Hall, bro, to get, like, it was champagne night, if y'all know about that, right? We're talking about like $35 a glass, bro. And these girls suckered these dudes to pay that, and they would literally give the drink and then give it to me. And I could see these dudes were mad as hell. They were seething. And they weren't gonna do anything to me because let's be real, I was much bigger than them. Like, they ain't gonna do anything. All they're gonna do is just be mad. And the girls are laughing, and they're like laughing with me or whatever, and I'm quote unquote laughing together. But I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, yo, that is some messed up crap. I'm never buying a girl a drink because I couldn't imagine being that dude. You know what I mean? So I think a lot more dudes, they just realize, right, what works. So like this whole thing, like, oh, people complaining, oh, you have to buy me a drink. It's like, bro, if you like me, I know that the drink don't matter. Like, let's be real. Like, I don't have to buy you a drink. If you like me, I don't have to buy you a drink. Like, it's just that simple. So men know now that, like, okay, if a girl's forcing you to do all this stuff, she don't really like you like that.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's simple. If because the girls I dealt with, bro, I mean, I didn't have to spend a penny. Like, I mean, I didn't have no car. She actually got her mom to come and brought her to my apartment to see me, bro. And I was in high school, so like I feel like if I gotta spend anything, that means you don't like me, bro. I mean, it's very simple, and then you still got dudes still doing it, bro. I mean, they know they just can't stop it, because I guess they just got that simp in them, but. Yeah, if you gotta spend anything, bro, then she just don't like you. You don't have to spend nothing. I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Is that
Like,
the same? Is that the same case in Japan as well, Kyron? If you have to pay for women who don't like you, but she's paying for you in some cases she likes you. But however, bear in mind that we have a stronger currency in Japan. So what's your thoughts on that question there, Kyron?
It's kind of interesting you asked that, like, because you mentioned the currency. When you first came to Japan, things have got a tiny bit more expensive. But when you first came here, they still had, 1 coin meals, right? 500 yen would get you a meal. So now you got to add like 200-300 yen on top of that. So there isn't a hard expectation that when you take a woman out, you're gonna have to pay for her meal, because you can split it, or like it's not a big deal. It goes far doing so though, right? Because if you talk about like, oh, I'm buying a girl some drinks, we're talking about $3, right? Like, things aren't expensive here. Even when you go to fancy restaurants, they're really not. So, and it's not like women are going to do the thing in the West where they're empowered to just like, like the gentleman was saying, come up to you and try to get stuff out of you for free. It's not really how stuff goes here. They have like old Japanese businessmen for that. So yeah, like, I would say if you come here with the mindset that you're going to be paying for meals when you go on dates, but we're talking about not even $50. Like, two people going out for a meal, $20, right? And she will try to pay, and if you pay for her meal, she'll try to pay for the taxi. Like, Japanese women can be very soft, but they can be very forceful when it comes to kind of like playing their part and helping you out. Like, there's not this expectation that you have to do everything for them, but you should do the little things because they go far. It's not like in the West, you buy a girl a drink, you buy a bottle at the club, and she turns around and walks away. It's not how it works over here.
Yeah, let me be clear. Like, when I say that, what's it called? You don't have to pay, right? What I mean, I always pay. I usually always pay because I have the money. It's no big deal, and you get perks for paying. But what I mean is that if the girl insists on you paying, she don't like you like that, bro. That's what I mean, right? So yeah, I always pay. Like, it's no big deal for me. I got the money, right? But what I'm saying is that if she insists on you paying, right, she don't like you like that. It's just that simple. Anywhere you go. I mean, I've been to 12 countries so far, and I feel like that case is rang true. Right? If the girl likes you, she's not gonna and you can't pay or whatever, you want to split, it's not gonna be the biggest thing in the world. In fact, something I'll do as a test is to see how the girl reacts.
Yeah.
Can I just come in here? Sorry, brother. Sorry. Everyone, hop on Rumble. Okay, we're gonna move on to Rumble to the next 5 minutes. We're gonna crash out on there, have more interesting topics. So everyone on Rumble in the next 5 minutes. The link is in the live stream chat. I want everyone on Rumble right now. We're gonna end the streams on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Kick, and we'll be streaming only on Rumble to crash out on there. Okay, so create your account on Rumble. Follow me on Rumble. But for the least part, make sure you're on the Rumble platform. We are moving from YouTube onto Rumble in the next 5 minutes. Fire away, Big Rex.
Oh yeah, IP. Yeah, what I was saying, I agree with it, bro. What I'm saying, after you vet her out, you realize she like you. You know, she's a decent woman. You know, you know. So I don't, you know, that's cool. You know, to go on a date, you know, whatever, and y'all have a good conversation. Let her do most of the talking. That's how I do. And because I'm a funny guy, so I make her laugh a little bit, and then that's basically how you do it, man. But like some guys, what they talking about, they don't have to pay at all. I mean, you go ahead to spend something, man. I mean, you just feel like you ain't gonna
Wait,
get
hold on. Let me
something.
ask you a question. You talking about the U.S.? You talking about the U.S.?
No, not in the U.S. No, heck no,
Okay, I'm about to say, 'cause I'm like, bro, I don't even date in the U.S., bro.
no.
So,
I don't. Yeah, if I do still sleep, I still do mess with women in the U.S. But it's
no,
certain
that's
type
not
of
what I
women.
mean. That's not what I mean. When I say date, I don't mean I'm not smashing. What I mean is like I don't take girls on dates in the U.S., bro. If they like you, don't need to do anything. You just tell them to come over.
Right, facts. Yeah, that's why I agree with you on that. But I'm talking about overseas, bro. I'm talking about overseas. I
All right, go ahead.
operate differently overseas and in the states. You don't have to really just be honest. You don't have to spend nothing in America if you that guy. I mean, that's just how it is. I wouldn't do it. I don't want to advise somebody. Even if I got a lot of money, I make what $50 and up more an hour and etc. Don't spend nothing. I mean, I wish these dudes would listen though, man, because it would change the game. But that's I operate differently overseas. That's why I tell any brother I operate differently. Do not be simping over there either. Please don't do that. But
It's
you know,
it's it's a disease, man. It's a disease.
right.
I had another shit the hallway on the cover special cars and up until the pandemic, bro. Like these motherfuckers don't listen. And this disease is spreading overseas, especially in Thailand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But not just all Thailand, but tourist spots, you know what I'm saying? So what we do, I would say raid these motherfuckers. Because they don't give a fuck. And on the back end, our fathers, our forefathers, our grandfathers, they are all in the same bullshit.
Right.
And we see the truth now. We try to have a conversation with them, and they ain't try to hear it. They ain't try to hear it. So fuck it.
Yeah, I
And-
Hey,
say
man, language, bro. It's still on YouTube.
oh my
Please
bad, my
avoid
bad, my
swearing,
bad.
yeah?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm too
No,
But
but
go on,
passionate.
carry
even
on.
even the old generation is starting to see it now because my parents have been pressuring me for the longest to like get married and all that stuff, and they kind of see the writing on the wall. They're like, yeah, like now they're just saying just have a kid, like you know what I
right.
mean. So
They don't
I
see
think
it.
they're seeing it.
They still stuck in their ways, bro. I'm not into that. I'm not entertained. I'm sorry. They just go at the same. If they get
Facts.
mad, they get mad.
And you know what, right? Like, actually, brothers, we're going to Rumble right now because I want to speak some points to Jam's point there, and I want to ask Karen to chime in as well. That's a very interesting point about having a kid but not getting married. Let me just all right. So everyone, we are now going on Rumble, so we'll see you out there, okay? And we're gonna talk about more sensitive topics, probably the Iran stuff as well, because there's some interesting comments in regards to Iranian women that I definitely don't want to speak about that on YouTube. So let's move on to Rumble right now, right? So I'm gonna end the stream on Facebook. Facebook people, thank you for your support. We're now on Rumble. Kick people, we should be on Kick or Twitch next week. So thank you, Kick people. I'll see you on Rumble. Okay. Twitch people, thank you for the support. There was a few people watching on Twitch. I'll see you on Rumble. And YouTube people, appreciate the support, brothers. Head over to Rumble.